Hi everyone, it's Brenda here from the Indigo Doors. I wanted to have a conversation about power. I feel like this has been misspoken of at times, and so I wanted to explore some of the nuances of what it means to me to hold power, to have power, to use power. One of the things that power is for me is this conversation around abundance or source or living your life purpose. Utilizing the chi of who you really are, of life force, to create that which you choose to create, which we're all doing every moment of every day. And to use that in a conscious way, in a powerful way, of course, requires some understanding, some wisdom, some healing sometimes, and the maturity to discern which area of your being is speaking or showing up or making these powerful choices for you. So I want to begin with this conversation really about the philosophy of what it means to have power. One of the ways that power has been represented in this culture and many cultures for thousands of years is this top-down hierarchy. This abuse of power is what I would call it. It's out of balance. So for lifetimes, many of us have had these experiences of maybe powerlessness, lack, and I'm sure in there is also abusing power, having power, holding power. We have given power in this world to things like skin color and gender. Certain things like that cannot exist if you are powerfully choosing your highest and greatest good. If you are moving yourself out of dis-ease or imbalance or karma. And there's a lot of buzz conversations around all of this right now. Really important to have these conversations. So trying on power and understanding that it is this parallel experience that I have and you have, that we are all allowed to have, whatever it is that we wish, that there is plenty to go around, that all my needs are met and everything is possible. These are not just words. This is an experience. This is a way of being that requires practice. So I'm busy right now writing our program for the retreat in Tucson, and we're having some really great conversations about power, about living your life purpose, about leaving differently than you came, about letting go of things that no longer serve you, and all of this requires power. And it is that understanding or limitlessness of everything is possible. That there is nothing, no thing better than you. And you're not better than anyone else. You're not in competition, you're not competing. And we must practice letting go of judgment and criticism. That's part of that top-down and that hierarchy. And it does not serve. So the important parts that I really want to hone in on are the things that are near and dear to my heart. And it is that we must show up for the belief systems that may not be in alignment with power, with abundance, with all my needs are met and everything is possible, with everyone loves and supports me, with having a balanced nervous system. It is our beautiful vessels, our bodies, that let us know when things need to be addressed, the imbalance of that, the pain of that, the discomfort of those things. So at our retreats, we spend the whole time actually addressing all of the nuances of this. And there are many different pathways, and we must begin to have this conversation. What are we choosing? What are we manifesting? What are we creating? I talk to a lot of people that wish to live their life purpose, and they feel this calling. And it is part of this conversation around power. You are incredibly powerful. You always have been. You always will be. And part of that is bringing into alignment all of the nuances of your thinking self, your body, any unresolved trauma, any healing that is still showing up. I like to think of that as different parts, right? I have different ages or different nuances of my being that are still becoming my best friends. The nuances of all of me, if I were to expose and unravel all of my parts, I have parts that don't agree all the time. And so it's my job to show up and reconcile those. So in our retreats, we talk about how to shift those patterns and powerfully, instantly heal them. And this all takes place in the unseen. It is not concrete. It is not touchable. And that's power. When you meet someone that is aggressive or domineering, you can feel that. And in this culture, I would argue we almost look up to that type of person. And I would invite us all to dive a little bit deeper when meeting those types of personalities. And the other side of that coin, and there's no judgment and there's no good or bad. We're all, and we have all played out all the nuances of this in different experiences at different times. And it is that one of people pleasing. That's the other side of this. So in an imbalanced way, if you're really in the pendulum of living both sides of this, you might have the extreme of that aggressive, controlling personality with that submissive, I'll just give in to keep it calm. That's this in its most obvious forms. Whether you're on either side of it, we're having a conversation about power if we're experiencing this. And the place of power is in the middle. It is in alignment with Source, with our higher selves, our true selves. And how do we live this? We won't be able to integrate with this without shifting, without growing, without healing. All those words mean exactly the same thing to me. So I invite you for this day to honor yourself, to remember how powerful you are, to feel into your greatness for just 10 seconds. Watch what happens. Maybe 30 seconds. And if you're at 30, why not go a full minute? Remember how loved you are. That is bringing your nervous system, your whole being, even your thoughts into alignment with the possibility. And then in that knowing space of you, opening yourselves up to some of the ideologies that we go along with in this culture around hierarchy, around what is better and what isn't, and allowing ourselves to expand and let go of what we think we know, to move into and grow into alignment with our higher selves. And if you ever need any help with this, Wendy and I are definitely here to help. Thank you so much for being you and for showing up. I love you.